Now, I don't think there's any denying it. Both Seiko and Citizen are two watchmaking titans, not just in Japan, but globally. They are massive. But for me, Seiko has always had the edge. I've got no facts or figures to back up my personal thoughts and opinions. I've just always been a massive Seiko fan. However, more recently, I have started to appreciate and respect Citizen watches. Now, there was a period back in the sort of late 50s, 60s, maybe even early 70s, where I think Citizen did actually have the edge. And I've been looking into it a little bit, and in a minute I'm going to play out to you how I think things went between Citizen and Seiko. This is my opportunity to try and win an Oscar. Now, the watch that has prompted this video is this brand new, sort of new old stock vintage Citizen Cosmotron. It is an electronic watch, so in a minute I'm going to explain to you a little bit about electronic watches. But yeah, this thing is unbelievable. It doesn't look like it's ever been worn. I found a picture of it in the Citizen catalogue back in the early 70s. So yeah, my interest in these watches has definitely peaked, and I've got a few more Cosmotrons coming in. But anyway, let me just give you a quick history of the Cosmotron, and then I'm also just going to sort of reenact how I think things went back in the sort of 50s, 60s and 70s between Seiko and Citizen. Should be interesting. Citizen Cosmotrons are battery-powered mechanical watches. So they're sort of part electric and part mechanical. They actually share a lot of components with hand wind and automatic mechanical watches, but instead of a main spring powering the watch, it's a battery. It's quite simple, really. Believe it or not, it was actually Hamilton back in 1957 that introduced the 500, the world's first electronic watch, and obviously other manufacturers took that technology and improved it over the years, including Citizen. They were one of the front runners when it comes to electronic watches. It was actually Citizen that launched Japan's first electronic watch to market in 1966. They claimed to be the first to adopt I'm going to read this, a moving magnet type balance motor driven by transistor on the regulating device. So they basically took what Hamilton did and yeah, improved it a lot by the sounds of it. Electronic watches existed for around 10 years, and in that time there was a lot of development. It was Quartz, of course, and Seiko releasing the world's first Quartz watch, which saw the end of a lot of different types of technology in the watch industry. But anyway, this is how I think it played out between Citizen and Seiko back in the day. Right guys, stop whatever it is you are working on, put down those crystals. We're not trying to heal people, we're trying to create watches. Now Hamilton have just released something new. It is an electronic watch, and I think we can improve on it, guys. So let's take this technology, work on it, improve it, and bring something to market before Seiko. Morning all, can I have your attention please just for 1 second? Yeah, you can get back to those quartz crystal powered watches in a moment. Yeah, but I just want to have a quick word about Hamilton's new electronic watch. Undoubtedly Citizen are going to be releasing something very similar in the very near future. Should we also release something, do you think? It would look a bit suspicious if we didn't. I know we're focusing all our efforts on these sort of quartz crystal watches, whatever it is you guys are working on, but yeah, should we wait for Citizen to launch something and then just launch something very similar? Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. We'll do that. Okay, sounds good. Hey guys, incredible effort over the last few years. We have beaten Seiko to market with Japan's first electronic watch. Now let's go all in on these watches. Let's keep developing them. We can definitely make them better, more accurate, more efficient. This is definitely the future when it comes to watches, guys. Incredible work. Keep it up. Great effort on those Seiko Elnix watches, guys. Now, don't spend too much time developing this technology. Yeah, keep working on those quartz-powered crystal watch things. They're pretty good. I like those. The rate at which you guys are developing these electronic watches is incredible. They're amazing. Keep going, guys. We are absolutely dominating Seiko. This is how it's going to be, hopefully, for the next 100 years, guys. Incredible work. Keep going. It's finished. It's called the Astron, and it's got like a vibrating stone or something in it and a battery. I don't really need to know how it works, but it's accurate, is it? Wow, that is accurate. Amazing. And it's better than electronic watches, you think? And automatics and hand wind watches. So it's a good watch then. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, let's aim to launch it in 1969. I think that's a good year to launch this thing. Awesome work, guys. What's this thing then? The Asterix, the Astron. And how does it work? It's got a battery, yeah. Well, our watches have batteries, and it's got a vibrating stone in it. There's stones in this thing. And is it better than our electronic watches? It's more accurate, is it? How accurate? Whoa, wow. And the battery lasts longer. It's more stable. It's more durable. It's better in every single way, is it? Hmm. Now, I've actually got a couple of Citizen Cosmotrons to show you. The one on the left is the one that I was talking about. This is the new old stock Cosmotron. It's still got its sort of hang tag. 17,000 yen back in, well, the late 60s, early 70s. Citizen watches are a little bit harder to date than Seiko watches, but this has transistorized on the dial, which is something they stopped printing on the dials fairly early on. So this probably predates this one. This one, though, has this really cool, funky rainbow dial when you've got a sort of direct light source beaming down on the dial on this thing. It's really, really cool. This one has been worn. I've given this one a little bit of TLC, polished up the case a little bit, taken them all apart, or taken both of these apart and cleaned them thoroughly, even though this one doesn't look like it's ever been worn. I still gave it some TLC and yeah, popped it all back together. And prior to sending them out to their new owners, because I will be selling both of these watches on either my eBay store and or my website, ilikewatches.net, I'll make sure they're both running as well as can be expected. But yeah, this one is just really cool and funky, very unusual, and I think it's quite a rare watch actually, this one. I've seen a few of these around. They're not easy to find, certainly not in this condition. In this sort of condition, they're almost impossible to find, which is why I paid a bit of a premium to get this one in. But yeah, I think it was well worth it because it's just a cool looking, incredible condition. Citizen X8 Cosmotron transistorized. Right, let's have a look at the movement in the back, I think. This one's still got the sticker on the case back, look, and yeah, I suspect that has now fused to the case back. If you've ever handled watches like this with the sort of stickers on them, they tend to sort of fuse to the case backs, and if ever you try to remove them, they'll just disintegrate and yeah, come off in pieces. So best just to leave it on there, I think. I haven't really worn this watch. I put it on my wrist for some photos. Let me give it a clean actually and a bit of a wipe. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, I popped it on my wrist just to take some photos, but yeah, I'm not going to wear it. I shall try to keep this thing as mint as possible, and I'm going to very, very carefully remove the case back. And there it is. There is the movement, and as you can see, the movement on this or inside this particular watch looks to be in the same sort of condition as the rest of the watch. You can see the battery there, the magnetized balance spring, all the electronics. Yeah, incredible condition, and you can adjust the accuracy there as well, just like you can with a normal automatic watch. Very cool. And there's the movement inside the watch with the rainbow dials. So yeah, it looks very, very similar. You can see at the bottom there, this movement is the 7804A, which is the movement with the day-date complication. And yeah, I'll show you how that works now. Right, there we go. It is back on its bracelet. Now, if you want to advance the day-date complication, I've got the hands to a safe place, and in the upright position, you push in the crown. Where is it? There it is. And that will advance the date. There you go, 13, 14, 15. If you turn the watch upside down and press the crown in, that advances. Where is it? It's sort of a sunken crown. It advances the days of the week. How cool is that? Now, this watch doesn't have a days of the week or a date complication, so yeah, if you push the crown in, nothing happens. It's just a standard three-handed watch, but beautiful dial, isn't it? It actually looks really quite modern, this watch, compared to this one. This definitely looks like it was born out of the 70s, whereas this one, well, if they released this today, I think you'd be forgiven for thinking it was a really quite modern watch still. Right, guys, let me know if you've got any questions in the comments section about Citizen Cosmotrons, and I probably won't know the answer. I'll just direct you to some cool articles or websites that I found. Let me know in the comments section what you think of videos like this, and did I do enough to win an Oscar? I think I'm in with a shout, guys. Let me know.